Prime News. I'm Michael Lanos. Let's get back to our breaking news. A mother of 2 young boys missing in Utah, and investigators are now treating the case as a criminal investigation. Susan Powell was last seen at her home in West Valley City. She left her purse, her cell phone. It's totally out of character for her. Now, police are saying they suspect foul play may be involved here. Her husband, Josh Powell, told police he went on a camping trip with the 2 little boys. They're ages 2 and 4. Again, this is in sub-freezing temperatures. They leave after midnight, and police say he has not been cooperative. They just got a DNA sample from him. Now, he's not a suspect, but we wonder, why is he not being more helpful? We'll take your calls on this, 1-877-TEL-HLN. Bring your theories, your questions to the table. You guys always have some good ones. Joining us to talk about it, Pat Reevy back with us, reporter, Deseret News. Also with us, Steve Rogers, Detective Lieutenant, Nutley, New Jersey Police Department. Steve, let me start with you. So here's the language we're getting from authorities. Foul play, criminal investigation. What has changed, Steve? What are you seeing here?
Well, what has changed is his failure. A few things have made this change. His failure to cooperate with the police is key, but also the police are doing a very methodical, excellent investigative background check on that house, what went on in that marriage, and they're trying to build a timeline, which is going to be very important in this investigation.
Okay, let's bring in again Pat Reevy, reporter, Deseret News. Pat, good to have you back. What are police saying about the husband, Josh Powell, and his involvement in this investigation? Cooperative or not?
Well, they say no, he's not cooperative. They're getting 2 sides. One side saying, yeah, I showed up for your interview. I knew you had a search warrant waiting for me for DNA samples. I submitted to that. That's great. But police today are saying that, you know what, he's not being forthcoming with specific details. You said you've been camping along the Pony Express Trail. Well, the Pony Express Trail is 2,000 miles long. Can you pinpoint it a little clearer so maybe we can find some evidence that you were out there? So it's those little detailing specific answers they're looking for, which police today are saying they're still not getting.
Okay, very vague. Let me ask you this, Pat, and Steve, I'll ask you as well. I think this is a bottom line question we all have. Why would you need a lawyer in the first place? If all you want to do is find your wife, the mother of your 2 kids, why are you lawyering up? Pat,
child custody case that has left many...
I have not gotten an explanation, but I think it's the same question that the police have. Right now, and I should say, right now the police are saying it may be something criminal has happened here, but I think mostly what they want to say today is we haven't eliminated any possibilities. There's still a possibility she ran away, still a possibility something else happened to her, but unless you help us, provide us with that key piece of information, then we can't, eliminate anything. And I think that's what police are really trying to stress is, look, we think we're all on the same page. If you really want to find your wife, come to us, help us answer our questions. You don't need a lawyer for that.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
help us, tell us what to know.
Yeah, very simple. Steve, what do you see here? I mean, I think our viewers have to agree. I mean, why are you getting a lawyer? You just want to find your wife.
Well, Mike, the answer is very simple. People who get lawyers usually have something to hide, and they're going to need that protection from an attorney in the event the police find what they are attempting to hide.
Okay. Let's get the soundbite ready here of him talking to reporters about that, the camping trip that we have so many questions about. Pat Reevy, you still with us?
Still with you.
Yeah. So again, let's clarify for everybody. So he is the last person to see his wife, and he says what? She falls asleep about midnight, then he takes a 2- and 4-year-old camping. That's his story?
Correct. He goes to a fairly remote area of Utah. Temperatures at night around 10 degrees, and he claims they slept in the minivan that they drove out there, so I'm not sure if they actually got out of the car, they camped as most people would think of it, and then drove back less than 24 hours later.
So from what I understand, Pat, the place he told authorities that where he went camping was covered in snow. So there really was no evidence. Is that true, or did he even get that specific?
Well, it did snow from the time that he allegedly went there until the time police received information to go out and check. We have had a couple of snowstorms in Utah since that time. So, it's hard to say if the snow was there first or the snow came after, but by the time police got out there, it was covered with a fresh blanket of snow.
Let's listen to Josh Powell talking to reporters, and he's pretty evasive in talking when the question of the camping trip is brought up. Let's listen.
Any help to try to find her would be appreciated. So really, that's all. She's somewhere.
I know there was quite a huge effort out in the West Desert looking for any sign of her. Is that where you were camping?
I just have to go get my boys.
Steve Rogers, that's striking, isn't it? How evasive he is there when the reporter mentions, where are you camping? And he has to run and get his boys.
Well, not only that, again, let's go back to some basic police principles. The body language, turning away, really not wanting to be questioned with regard to this. And these are the things that police officers, the investigators, are going to be looking at, even the footage when they're talking to reporters. Very evasive.
Yeah, okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more on the marriage. What we know was going on in the marriage? Was there trouble? We're hearing about financial stresses, financial trouble. And we'll take your calls, your questions, your theories. 1-877-TEL-HLN is the number.